Hi everybody, this is a very quick video to show you how to make a custom deck in Trials of the Eldar and then import it into the gameplay client so that you can graduate past the demo decks and actually play your own customized deck against your friends. You're going to have access to the Trials of the Eldar Deckbuilder mod, which can be accessed through the Discord. If you're having trouble finding that, let me know. And then open up Tabletop Simulator and load a single player instance of the Trials Deckbuilder, which should appear in your Workshops section. The Deckbuilder has every single card in the game and every hero in the game, as well as the demo decks that are present in the gameplay mod. These are just here as a point of reference if you want to double check and see, does your deck sort of make sense? Does it have the right distribution of equipments to action cards, the right distribution of focus costs, etc. But if you already feel confident about your deck building or you just want to go in blind, there is no reason why you need to look at these demo decks. You just want to focus on the cards that are present. To build a custom deck, you will pick 30 cards from any two classes, and the two classes have to be the classes of the heroes that you've chosen. Let's say that I want to build a deck that has Kieran and May. I want to try to fuel up the graveyard and get some cool utility out of equipments beyond just their effects. So I picked these two heroes, Kieran and May, which means I can pick any cards from the Ranger class and any cards from the Artificer class. I can have up to 2 copies of any given card, and my deck needs to be 30 total cards. To keep things simple, I'm just going to pick some random cards here. I'll just pick these 8 here. And how about these 8? Oh, 7, perfect. So that is 15 cards. I just randomly picked them. This deck is probably not very functional as is, but the point is just to show how to build it. So I pick these 15 cards. Now I need 30 cards in my deck, and to keep it simple, I'm just going to have 2 copies of every single card. The way that you do that is you highlight any of the cards. You can either do this one at a time or all of them. I'm going to highlight every single card because I want to copy every single one of them. And then hit Control-C or Command-C to copy them, and then Control or Command-V to paste them. So now I have 2 copies of every card. You can keep them separate like this, or if you want to, you can stack them on top of each other to make stacks of 2, and you can see that they actually all stacked together here as 16 cards on top of this one for some reason. But once you have all of them together, I have 30 cards here, you're going to group them all together and then either right-click and click the Group button, or just highlight them and press G on your keyboard. And that's going to group them all together into one bundle of 30 cards. This is now my deck. It's ready to go. I can name this deck, right-click, and then down at the bottom there's a name. I'll call it, let's just call it 000 Kieran May. So there's the name of my deck that I just made, 000 Kieran May. And then I'm going to save the object. When you save an object, it goes into your Objects section up here. I have already created some folders in my Objects section, so if I right-click this and click Save Object, it's going to give me an option of where to put it. I'm going to put it in my Decks folder. If you don't have that, the only option will be Root folder, but you can create new folders. I'll show you that in a second. So put it in the Decks section if you have it, or just put it in Root folder. It'll automatically be named whatever you named it before. You could change it here if you want, and then click Save. That's it. Your deck is now saved. It's in Tabletop Simulator, and you can access it from anywhere. So later on, you're going to play a game with your friends, and you go into the Trials of the Eldar main gameplay mod. In here, you have access to all the demo decks over here on the right-hand side, and the intro decks on the left-hand side here, as well as all of the heroes. So I'm going to be playing a Kieran May deck, so I'll grab Kieran and I'll grab May. And now how do I access that deck that I just made? I'm going to go up here to Objects and then down to Saved Objects, the last option. This will bring up my list of available folders. This is where you can make new folders. If you wanted to make a new one, just click Create Folder and make whatever you want. But I already put this in my Decks folder. I click Decks, and then I see right here 000 Kieran May, and it also shows the date and time. So if you named it something silly or used a redundant name, you can also check the time to see, oh, is this the one that I made yesterday or the one I made last week? Click, hold, and drag the deck into the client, and now you have your deck in play. It has the same name, all the same cards in it with all the same names. Flip it over, shuffle it up, put it on the deck spot, and you are good to go. If you are a guest in a game, if you didn't create the instance of the mod, you're not the host is going to have to go up here and click your name up where mine says the Rift and promote you. Once you are promoted, you will be able to access the objects menu, go into saved objects, and find any or all of the decks that you've made. I can't wait to see what decks you come up with. If anybody has any questions, feel free to let me know. I hope this was helpful, and have a great rest of the day. Thanks for watching.